ladies and gentlemen of the internet, it's RJ, and today we'll be taking a look at the Bandai Tamashii Nations Zero. Starting with articulation, and boy is it a doozy on this figure. The head is on a ball peg, allowing him to look up and down ever so slightly because of his big boxy head. Can kind of wiggle around, but not much more than that. Most of your articulation is going to come from the joint at the neck, which allows him to look side to side, down much further, and actually lets him look up. Sorta, not really as well as the other Ultras. Arm is at a ball peg, allowing it to rotate at the torso, bend upwards, although the chest protectors will get in the way more often than not. Cut at the bicep, double jointed elbows, and the hands are at a ball peg, and they can rotate. Chest is on a ball joint, and because of the screws in the chest, every single movement you make with this figure is going to shake it around. Joint at the midsection, which doesn't really do a whole lot. It's literally all you're going to get out of it. And then we got the best part. Take a look at this. Take a look at this. Bringing Zero closer, let's talk about detail, and it's another knock out of the park with Bandai. Let's take a look at this beautiful molding lines all over the head. Here's some right here. There's another one. Let's get that a little bit better in focus. Yeah, as you can see, there's already chips taken out of the paint. I've been about as rough with this figure as you've seen on camera, so basically only screwing with the janky legs. But yeah, the head is just chocked full of molding lines and cuts and scrapes in the head. There's another really deep looking one. The blue paint is not really into the guidelines very well. On the neck we got this beautifully done, it looks like both a mixture of a molding line and some really gloppy paint. Beam lamp, it's fine, but it's not perfect. The eyes look very nice, especially for an Ultra Act figure. Translucent blue color timer. This chalky paint within the chest protectors, which looks pretty neat. And as you can see right by my fingernail, there is a chip of paint missing from Zero's chest. Here we have his chest and some more gloppy looking paint. And for whatever reason, this figure kind of has a bit of a greasy look to him. No, it's not just my lighting, it kind of looks greasy in person, especially the red. Moving it down, you can see there's some minor accents for this area right here. For whatever reason, despite being made of light, he's got dirt on him. Here we have his feet with his nice boot heels, even though these are his feet, he's not wearing shoes. Here's his back. We got more missing paint. Looks a little scraped up here. Yeah, I'm missing that. That's not the point of this part of the video. Let's get this into focus. Yeah, great job, Bandai. Excellent. It's in the molding lines perfectly. Let's get another look at this excellent paint job on the head. Yeah, there's gloppy silver paint everywhere. It looks fantastic for $45, Bandai. Moving on to accessories, and starting with Zero's head, we have this alternate one without these Zero sluggers, and as you can see, it's that same top-notch paint job from the fucking base head. Beautifully applied silver paint with all these globs and gloops everywhere. These same expertly applied molding lines. The ears look like crap. Eyes are still very pretty. Beam lamp, not perfect, but oh well. Back of the head is probably where it looks the worst. As you can see, there's some uncut plastic. Oh wait, no you can't because it's not in focus. There you go. As you can see, there's a lot of scrapes in the side of the head. Big old paint bubble. And some uncut plastic. So yeah, we're 0 for 1 in the accessories. An alternate pair of chest protectors, which allows Zero to raise his arms a little bit more. An alternate blue color timer for the Zero twin shoot. The Zero twin sword with a pair of appropriate holding hands. A unique set of eye slugger holding hands, one regular, and one with this lime green slashing effect. Although, and this is probably just a bug, but beware, one of mine came snapped in half in the box. You should be fine, but I'm not. a pair of flat chopping or wide shot hands, which is what you'll mostly be using these alternate chest protectors for, as they free up room for Zero's arms to do the pose more efficiently. A set of more dynamic splayed hands. A set of hands which I'm pretty sure are literally useless, because I can't hold any of the accessories this figure comes with. A red color timer, which I scratched trying to get out of the figure. Two unique right pointing hands, one with just one finger splayed out and a thumb. And this really stiff, shitty one. It's supposed to represent Zero's fighting pose, but since both of his fingers are just splayed out directly like this, instead of more like this, or how the picture shows, which is great because I love when my $45 figures don't actually express the poses that I want them to. Like all V2 Ultramen, Zero comes with this alternate plug, which can be fitted with a Tamashii Stage Act stand. She can make him fly, maybe. If he wants to cooperate, there we go. He's really tight. So at least he's not going anywhere. Finally, moving on to beams, and more importantly, the most bullshit accessory to ever come packaged with an Ultra Act figure, the wide Zero shot, or the Zero wide shot, or whatever the fuck it's called. Note two important things. One, it's really fat and stubby, so it doesn't really look like a beam. Second, I'm holding Zero by his feet. You wanna know why? That's why. And finally, Zero comes with this pink, red, and green marital aid. As you can see, it gets bright at the top, it progressively gets darker. And since it's applied by the fucking weird hand pegs, and since Zero has really finicky, stiff hand pegs, I'm not even gonna bother trying to put this thing on camera or even show it. But you need Leo to even display it properly. It needs a peg to even stand correctly. And it just looks really fucking stupid. It's kind of a waste of plastic. And finally, for scaling, here we have Zero with a variety of different Ultraman figures. And as you can see, it kind of looks like crap next to them. So overall, this figure is not very good. Aside from the fact that he comes with a bunch of accessories, that's really it. His paint is garbage. He's covered in molding lines. The bottom half of his articulation is pretty much useless unless you lacquer it in nail polish, which you shouldn't have to directly out of the box, but that's a different can of worms. And despite the incredibly high amount of accessories this figure comes with, a lot of them are executed very poorly, leading to this thing, or this thing, or this fucking thing where it cuts into the figure's hand to even function. It's great. Love it. Perfect. So yeah, for $45, which is what this figure is supposed to retail for, it costs more now. This is not a figure you should be spending money on. It's an absolute gaffe. It's a goof. Don't buy it. It's bad.